It is Lord Hayward. I'm just going to jump into this here. We mashed together some lists last time. That we had a separate list for the heroes and a separate list for the population. I can't see myself. I don't know what's going on. Separate list for the population somewhere. One of these hands is one of these things, and we mashed them together. And now we're kind of dealing with the consequences. And one of the things that we have an issue with is we're creating a faction leader even if the faction is two counties. So we need the population to be generated only. We need the population still to be generated, but we want it to not have a faction leader. If there isn't, if there is if there is a faction leader, if it's the capital, if it's the capital, it needs to generate a faction leader. But that means all of these would be capital, so that's not going to work. If it's a capital, it's actually not it's the capital of the province. Portland, it's not the capital in real life. Portland is the capital in this game, and then Cowlitz, until we do Washington, Cowlitz is. So I'm trying to think of how we're going to do this. We're going to break it down into little parts so that it's less confusing. So as it does go through an order, but that's not going to always work. So we got to do a different way. This is marked off as a capital, but they all need a faction leader. So this is because it's the capital of the. It's basically capital is a place that a player can pick to start as, and we'll do like each state. Well, we might probably want to do each state, but we'll probably have like 10 different places for multiplayer. That's going to take place in North America, so it should be spread out pretty good. Maybe we could do the capital of each state. I don't know. Each province, as we're calling them. So the first thing, so let's think this through real quick. I like to not think about anything and then start streaming. Okay, so it needs to check. So to combine, the list is already combined, so it's gonna have to generate the leader, because this is the whole thing. These two are owned by the player to start with. It's just for testing right now, but we may need it later. So we're gonna generate. So the first thing it's got to check for is, hey, is this generated? Is there a leader? Is there a faction leader? If there's a faction leader, generate one at the capital. That's how we got to do it. So before we do any of this generate population stuff, that's fine. We got to go. How do we know which? How are we going to do that? I actually just watched someone else's Unity stream for a little bit because I was curious. Like, is me not remembering how to like names of things like this normal is like, and it turned out that it is pretty normal for to like think through things like this. I was like wondering if I was just like slow, but no, this is pretty standard. So it can't be an if. So when it starts to generate the population, it needs to go through each county, which is what we were doing here in this dictionary. We're going through each county and we're generating this stuff. But maybe we need to go through each faction. Okay. We don't actually need this thing to work more than just for the testing. I can't think of a circumstance where we're going to generate. So all of when we generate the first time we run the game, it's going to generate all this for every county, but everyone's going to start out as one. But maybe we would at some point need this. I was thinking we could just trick it for the testing. That's probably what we should do is just trick it for the testing. Be kind of a bummer to do it that way though. Just to trick it for and is there an easy way to trick it? Currently goes through every county. Because the factions don't actually know what counties they have. It's the other way around. The counties know which factions they're part of. So I think that we could do. So I think this is what we got to do. We just got to figure out how to do it. So if it would be under here. This is so. How is this working? It's generating the population, county population. It's adding this to a list. And this is the list it's getting added to. Maybe we're doing this whole thing kind of wrong. Maybe there's an easier or a better way to do it, not easier necessarily. So it's putting in the county name. How is it knowing? Create population, generate population. Well, those are very similarly named methods. This isn't. This is not. This is creating the list. And then inside here, it's generating. This thing is inside. Okay, so this is creating the population. This is the. So we need to be up at this part. Uh, and this is going. It's creating. That's why this other thing was having issues with the eye. Uh, that was something that was happening a while ago. We don't need this faction thing in here anymore. Oh, I remember why I was leaving it in there. All right, we'll leave it in there temporarily, just in case we have to revert back later. It would be easier. Okay, so it's going through. Okay, so the name is going. Okay, so this thing creates at the beginning when and on awake, it creates a list of all the counties. That way we can just dump counties in there later, and it will do it automatically. Uh, this creates a list, and it's grabbing their name, and so we have the county name here, and then it's putting this a new dictionary with the county name, and then it's going. This is just some other thing. Yeah, why did we do that here? But this is being assigned there. And then if it's a capital, it's assigning that, and if it's not a capital, it does this, but and it's generating this if it's a capital. This should probably say return on it, but well, it's working, so we won't fuck with it. Uh, So then it kicks down to here. It runs this once, this generate population. So it should say, how does it know which faction this would be, though? There is under county, it does say somewhere which faction. We could do faction.name. I suddenly have a stuffy nose. I'm always very nasally, but uh, there's no easy way to do this. I called it a night or a day yesterday when I got to this part because I was like, huh, there's no easy way for me to think of. There might be a totally easy way to do it, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. Uh, we don't, because of how we have things set up. Basically, let's see. This is just because they're doing a different number of people in the province or in the county. This if okay, we could do this. Okay, all right, it's coming to me. I just need to look. I'm pretty sure it's a dictionary. It's not. It's just a list. Well, that doesn't help us. Um, the factions are just a list, huh? They're not a dictionary. The factions have research items. The faction. This is the one of the things I was thinking. I think what we're gonna need to do, if that's the case, is there's gonna be a faction ID that we need to put in here. Let's actually put it. Now we'll leave that action, the event up at the top. A public int faction ID. We should. No? Oh, we need to put it down here. I was like, we should be getting some errors there. Oh, we didn't even update it. We don't have, okay, the list we don't need because the list is just a thing here, but we need a couple of things that we need. I guess this is exactly where we were. After faction and color, name and color, uh, we need to type better. Faction leader, and then over here, an int. Let's move that down there so it's easier to see. Then over here, I was wondering when it would start kicking in. Then that. This is a. We'll get rid of this because it's easier to notice that this is different. You know, that there's a lowercase, uppercase thing going on here. Okay, so we have faction IDs all done. Then I think what we're going to do here Actually, we could put this in the faction name and color. Because we already have that here. I try to like have everything as minimalist as possible. We actually don't have the other parts of the faction here. We just have the faction name and color inside the county. So let's actually do that. Where'd you go? Why are you over here? Let's put this here instead. Let's put this here instead. The AI part of this doesn't care at all with the order of things like I do. Oh, we have this the old school way. We were doing this a different way, and then I changed it because it suggested actually it was like, hey, why don't you do this differently? So I just changed how I did things. I adjusted, and it's fine. It will all be fine. I just want everything consistent. Okay, so this should. We have 3 warnings? No, they went away. This should. Then we go back to here. We don't actually need this because it's in the name. So let's get rid of this shit. Let's get rid of this shit. Save this. We still aren't getting any errors, which is weirded me out. Okay, so where are we assigning this faction name and color? I can't remember. I'm pretty sure. It's in this thing. Assign faction name and color to faction. Where is that? Okay, so this is assigning. That's fine. We want. No, this is getting. This is what we need to search for. Is this. Whoops. Is this thing. Wait. This. Jesus Christ. This is in start. Player faction ID. What? Where was I putting this? Oh, that's not put anywhere. Let's hope all this that we're doing right now is gonna be applied correctly. Okay, here is where we need to do it. Okay, so there's that, and then we want it to go through. Can we put this, I guess, random color faction? This is where I was thinking of this. Then we'll do another for loop. I mean, we have all these different ones. Factions, faction ID. We'll just have another for loop here instead of, we could stick it in this for loop, I suppose. But just to make things stupid. just to make things more complicated. No, it's just so that if we see, we can see what the fuck is going on here. We want this here, and we should probably turn these into methods just to keep it even more whatever. Doesn't matter. Faction name colors. No. We also see we did some of these. So like some of these have these variable in here. And some don't. I guess it doesn't matter right now. We could have put it, we could do this. We could do this actually. Why is this all just sitting in start? This is not normally how I do things anymore. We could do this. Then I guess I didn't want to do that. Let's copy this. Because this should be the same. Oh, wait. Oh, on start. Does this ever change? It doesn't. I don't think it's changing. Counties, we did that right here for some reason, and then we didn't do it anywhere else. It's such a weird thing that I do. Like, maybe it's because I've, like, kind of learned as I'm going on here. Dot. Like that. So as it's going through, it's just going to count them off for us. Let's debug log, though, that just in case. Because, you know, me. Uh, this is not going to tell us much, though. Programming is so like such a weird thing. Like there's so much thought into it, that sometimes it works just fine, and you know, like even like debugging has its own. You know, like putting that there probably was pointless because it's just gonna give us a count of whatever. Yeah, 1 to 6. Well, 0 to 6. Uh, so there's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should only be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just double checking. Wait, what? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there should only be 6. That told us something. What did it tell us? I know what's going on here. It's because we have 7 factions put in this area. But there's not, yeah. So faction ID 0 is ours. So that's, I mean, we don't care. We don't care that there's an extra one. It will probably cause issues later. Let's get rid of it and see what happens. Can we just can we copy this first? Let's put it in Notepad here. And then let's get rid of it and see what happens. There could be like a whole clusterfuck of agony from that one maneuver. That's weird. It still has faction name and color is still here as well. Faction 6 we'll get rid of. I think it's being generated because there's all the counties. I don't know. Yeah, that's the issue. We're using it. See what's going on here is that this is a good song. I'm listening to Amanda Palmer today. I really wish you guys could listen to the music with me. I just, Twitch has all these copyright rules. It weirds me out too because, like, radios. Okay. It's like, what did I just do? Uh, we're the shitbirds. What song is this? Guitar Hero. All right, so I guess we did all that for basically not for nothing. No, we have the IDs. And so back to this. We're already on it. Generate population. What was the point of that? The point of that was we wanted to go. Good God, there was a point to doing all that. We want it to go to. Where is this thing? County name is. Oh, this is interesting. I don't do it this way anymore either. I usually would stick this county name up here and then stick the I's at the end. Or the whatever. I must have coffee. Uh, so back to what that we're doing here. We needed to go through each county. Then we want it to check if that county's faction. Good God. All right. We needed to go through each county. And then we say, does the faction that is of this county have a faction leader? If it does not have a faction leader, so this is going to be a generate. So that's the first thing it needs to check. If And it's passing in the county name. County. Stop. Faction. No. How are we doing this? Why can't I quite, like, it's right on the tip of my tongue here. If the so this is the dictionary, the county population. This is the dictionary that we want, but there's a list in the dictionary, which is the for thing. But this is running through just that. Sorry, so this is, yeah, we need like a thing in here. We need a something. Let's say 0. God damn it. Oh no, we don't. How the fuck am I doing this? County name. Okay, this is the issue. I'm confusing two things. We want we want to be checking the counties, like up here, like we're doing up here. Not the county population. We want to be checking the counties. And we're passing, but when we're county name is what? Is it actually just the county name, or is it something else? It's just a string of county name. And we're passing that down. Oh wow, so if we do it this way, it's really gonna be really be a pain in the ass. Maybe we don't need the faction ID after all. Okay, so we need to actually, this needs to be not name and color. This needs to be an actual, earlier when I was saying, oh, we don't have that, we don't even have the faction in here. We actually need this to be faction. But this is a list. This is what we need to assign, because we have a list of factions, and then we need to assign. It's not a list that we need to assign. We just need to assign this. So let's do this. This needs to be faction. This is gonna fuck everything up, but it's what it needs to be. We're just gonna keep adding stuff in here until yeah, this is gonna fuck everything up. Let's first take this out. It probably shouldn't. Yeah, so like, see, this is for here. What song is this? Oh, this might be one of her songs that I don't like. So I like a lot of Amanda Palmer's stuff, but she does have some songs that are just terrible. Okay, so basically we're gonna have to go county, and then in the county we're gonna have to. But where are we assigning this faction thing? That's the first thing we gotta do. Right here. So this is just gonna be factions 1. And then it should have already been assigned. They should already, the factions should already know their color and whatnot. We got one more. Nope, it's gone. And then these all just need faction. What was it? I just did it. I was waiting for that to. This is probably a better way to do it. So this is part of the reason why I do the loops of stuff. I don't try to put everything in at once because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and so this is like I'm learning, and what list needs what. Man, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna take a quick break. Normally I wait for an hour, but I gotta go to the bathroom, so I'm going to put on my break timer. I will be back in less than 5 minutes, hopefully. We'll see. All right, be right back. All right, that took longer than 5 minutes, but you know, it's part of life. Taking shits is part of life. What was I thinking about while I was in there? It's all gone out of my head. There was something. So one of the things I was thinking about is kind of like half-assing stuff can also kind of come back to screw me, which is what has happened here. Uh, so I'll try to half-ass things less. But what were we doing? We were just on. This is not where we want to be. How did we get over here? We want to be. Dot faction leader is equal to null. This is what we want. So it's going through, it's checking this county's list. If the leader's equal to null, we want this to say, it actually needs to be here. We needed an embedded if, is that seems weird. So as it goes through each, and then let's put an else in here. Uh, and we'll use the $ way this time, actually. Squigs. Sorry, Squigs. County name already has a faction leader. Then we gotta assign this to faction leader, the faction leader thing here. We'll put it at the top. And this should be 0. We only want the first. We only want Oh, I guess we could leave it as I, since it's only going to hit this if it's I. Um, that's what we want it to be. I was like, wait, no, we want this to be the faction, because then it will no longer be null. Yeah, I think the faction ID thing we did earlier was useless. Let's see now what happens. We got some sort of issues here. We should have one more. These are so... What do you want me to accept? No, what? What? Nope. Nope. And we'll bring this down over here so we can see it better. I have this at 200%, so it's easier to see uh, in the videos. I don't know if we've accomplished what we were going for here. Okay. Steve Patterson is hero? True. Cowlitz already has it. Cowlitz already has it. So I think, let's go back to the game here. Cowlitz is this one. Steve Patterson is the hero. Donald. Let's make sure they're in here. Janet. Well, we wouldn't know. Donald. I think that worked. I'm quite shocked. But did we get any other bugs? Like that the whole point of this was to make that so that this doesn't have another leader in it, because in this test the player starts out with 2 counties, just for the test. Did we get any other bugs or anything? We didn't. Well, shit. That was it. Let's save that stuff and then let's go to our list. We need to tell it to create leaders only in individual counties, because the leaders they're already part of the population, so this is done. Um, do we have dev view on? We do have dev view on. Otherwise, let's try with dev view off. That's we've seen some issues when we have dev view on and off. Uh, let's turn this off. It still works. Let's go to here. You know what's weird is that this is at 150. I've started to just leave it like this on my normal day, and it's so nice to have, like, so easy to read and stuff. But then I go to my other computer and everything's fucking tiny. This is done too. Did you finish? I hit close. We just finished like 12 things here. They're all basically the same. We're gonna put this over here. This is no longer anything. We remove the hero list. It's all just in the normal population. I wonder how we're going to do that for later. When we move the leader into a county we don't own. I don't know how we're going to do that. This is like kind of a note. We're going to change this for county improvements. We'll put this over to county improvements. Probably I put a bool in there for later, and probably, whoops, I grabbed the wrong one, I guess. We want, there's going to be a checkbox where you'll be allowed to put the leader in to do the work, and we'll rate if the leader works with the population. We will, it will improve the population's opinion of the leader. The other thing that I want to do, which is it's different than any game that I've seen, is when you make people work, it's going to lower their opinion of you. Because everyone I know doesn't want to work. I mean, you know what I mean. I don't mean like no one wants to work, that type of thing. I'm talking about like it would be everyone would prefer to not work. You know, if we could all just live and be artists and video game players and streamers and whatever, and nothing mattered. You know, there was no. We lived in some sort of utopia. I think we're all pro that. You know, working is bullshit. Uh, so I think, you know, like every video game is like the people are all unhappy because they're unemployed. It's like, why would they be happy if they're unemployed unless they're getting paid? You know what I mean? In most games, they don't get paid. No one gets paid. So I want to try to do kind of like Distant Worlds 2 does have like a or Shadow Empire. Have a private industry, but that is going to be way down the list and is also going to be really hard. We should probably add this in here, private industry, so I don't forget. That's going to be impossible. I don't know how we're going to do that at all. That's so far down the line, though. It sometimes remembers the number of workers you pick before. I think we fixed this. I don't know how we did it. I don't know when it happened, but we fixed that. We're down to these two things. This one I already did last time, so this is actually done. Let's close this one, but I'm gonna leave it in here because I want to keep. Oh right, it moves it automatically. Just some random spot over here. I forgot about that. Where the fuck did it go? What did I even call it? I called it what was the thing we were even doing? Oh, GitHub merge is probably here we go. We'll put it back. We'll put it back here. Because I've figured it out, but I need to put some notes on how to do it so I don't have to struggle through it each time. Because it was a struggle. It sometimes remembers the number of workers you pick before in the possible building description. So what that's talking about, we also could probably get rid of this debug log because it's just filling up we can get rid of all these things. It's just filling up the console with bullshit that we don't need. One of these days, I'm gonna have to decide how we're gonna do this for like having the logs, how we really want them. Uh, already has a faction leader. What was that bug I just saw? We can just comment out this whole else statement. We don't need it to do. Go away. Oh, this is a three-liner. I was like, what is going on? That's a three-liner is what's going on there. In fact, what we'll do is we will do it like this. There we go. Go away. And I think that should clear up that. What the fuck were we doing? Oh, we were going to do. We'll maximize this too. Uh, it's talking about dev view is on. If we put the number of employees here, then we click another thing. Did we already fix this? We may have already fixed this. This one's supposed to remember. Maybe it's if we go to another. No? Alright, I think we fixed that already. That was here. Earl Patterson. Oh, we probably, whatever this is, we probably don't need these things here. Get rid of those. Next, put this over here. I just want to double check that we fix that. Why won't you let me put it over here? Usually, there we go. That's good. This bug's gonna be hard because I don't know when it's not working. I don't remember. Well, we'll put these two over here. And we'll try to figure out where this one's happening. So it's talking about here. I mean, I'm in a place I can't build anyways. I don't know where it's talking about. We may have accidentally fixed that. I don't know what to. Whoops. I don't know what to do when that happens. Like, where with my organization, where I should put stuff like that. Where I'm like, did we fix this? I guess we'll just put it in done. I can't find this bug. There we go. Close with comment. Let's see. I gotta change my music because it jumped to something I didn't want to listen to. It jumped to Wolf Parade. I like Wolf Parade, but not that much. Not that much right now. Okay, so this thing is talking about. We have some stuff. I just don't really like how it's named and stuff. Like, see, it's Research Tier 1. It's kind of stupid. It's just a stupid name. So let's break this shit. Let's rename. I think I gotta. I can't remember how this is gonna work. If I rename this, is it gonna bug out? It is not gonna bug out. Sometimes it doesn't let you. I think it's if you rename this first is the issue. Let's look. There's so much UI stuff in this thing. The thing is though that it's like UI is like most of the game, you know. Everything's been researched already, so it doesn't matter. 4X games, you know, the UI is the main thing. The game is the UI. So I guess that one's done too. We're just knocking everything out here. That's all we had to do was that. You know what we could do is let's search for research tier 1. Okay, it's been taken care of. In the morning, the next activity should be moved to the current activity in all county populations. Well, yeah. That's part of generating work, though. Um, generating work and generating resources. I guess they're different. Uh, I'm thinking here. We gotta. Which one do we want to do first? Generating resources is going to be kind of interesting. They're going to generate at different times. So we probably should. Or we could just have one. It's called resources. And then we'll move this over to here. These are kind of the same. Let's call this. And then in here, we're just going to have a thing here. These ones will never be done. We'll just keep putting them back into here. This should be over here. I don't want to deal with that bug. I hate that bug. We could do this real quick. Can we remove select county variable from the county class? This should be under heroes. Do we have a heroes thing yet? Nope. I'm just going to move this over here so it's closer. Temporarily. Do we care? We'll put heroes here temporarily. And then we did rethink this. This was a while ago we did that one. Man. Let's just do that real quick. I hate that one. That was going to annoy me forever. We can't keep putting it off forever, though. Do we have an armies one? I feel like we should. We don't yet, so we'll leave it. I guess we could. Would it be under combat or armies? Well, we won't deal with that right now. Resources and work generates resources generating work. Let's just knock these two things out, hopefully. It's talking about create army. It's not really that big of a deal, but we'll do it. We'll do it. We actually want to do it this way. And then we should probably hit play just to make sure we haven't fucked something up. and click on some things here. I guess we can muster an army. See if we fucked anything up. Okay, so that was easy. Like, I can't believe we're blowing through all this shit. I guess I should expect that, um, because we had so many little stupid things in here. So this one's kind of interesting. What it's talking about is, I don't think, uh, this. Oh, you know what? Let's put a note in this faction ID as well. I don't need the timekeeper. I was thinking about moving the timekeeper away from the controller to its own thing. It's a clock. It's a clock is what it is. I don't know why I called it timekeeper. I call it timekeeper because that sounds better than clock. What am I clicking around for? I need faction name and color. You know, name and color is pretty stupid. It's also a stupid thing. We should probably call it like faction info or something. Basic info. I just like to I like to over comment stuff so when I look at it later, it makes me think. Okay, so what it's talking about is I don't think we're using this. And I want to keep things as lean as possible. Yeah, I don't think it's in here. So let's comment it out for now. And then we will cut this shit. And we'll comment this out. And then back to here. What were we doing? We were just putting null in for it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it looks like we just had a null in here. I guess we'll get rid of the null in the same spot and everything to help the whatchamacallit figure out what we're doing. Man, what? See, look, what did I do? Okay, let's hit play. Oh, we got something else going on over here. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, like I said, I want to keep things lean as possible. I'm not really sure why. I think I'm overly worried about stuff like that. I think that there really isn't problems with using up too much memory or whatever. Like it's probably some old school thinking that's probably not really necessary. Uh, did I just build a? I did. I built a thing in a place I shouldn't be able to. That's okay. I have dev view on. Everything's fine. We didn't get any bugs there, so I guess yes. The answer is yes. Yes. Okay, so now we're back to resources and work. How did we get everything accomplished so quickly in the past couple of days? Heroes is going to be a pain in my fucking ass. I don't even know how we're doing that. Exploration of counties is something I want to do. That should be fun. So resources and work. Can we put that off? Diplomacy is going to have to be like AI. Where do we have our AR nations in here? Our computer. We have AI, but we don't have it in here at all. We probably want that, right? We're getting more and more organized. This is going to probably I don't know what order that's going to be in. We'll just dump it right there for right now. This is like, I guess we could look at this. This is something I don't know what to do with just yet. I kind of want... That's not a camera thing. I don't know where to put this one either. I don't want to deal with that bug. I keep reading and thinking, oh, I'll go and I'll do it. But I actually think there's going to be another. Well, they're going to do this a different way. We're going to not. It's not going to be a. It's not going to be a bug fix. It's going to be like a how we do things fix. So let's go with resources and work. So there's going to be two different types of resources. Generates. So some resources will be generated at 12:01, and some resources will be generated at the end of the workday. Or we could generate them all. Or we can generate them all at the end of the workday. I just thought of a thing we're going to want to do here. How did I do this one? This next round. Can I just duplicate these things so that it looks the same? Oh, I did a bunch of them. Can I duplicate this? No. Can I copy it and paste it? No. I guess I can go in here though and copy this. And okay. Why did I want that next round? Overtime. That is something we're going to want to do at some point. We're going to have, like, so you can force people to work longer. It'll make them unhappier, but you'll want them to, get shit done quicker. Pay them more. Man, I wish I had some coffee, some more coffee. All right, so I guess we're going to have to... Guess we're going to have to do the work for first. I'm going to put a little note in here. All right, so work we can do we can get that part going. So let's go back to here and think about this. We can keep sticking stuff to this controller, but I feel like that's like not what we want to do. Let's take a look at what we got on the controller already. We got a number of things. I kind of want the timekeeper to be on its own. its own thing. Now, if I drag this over here, though, I bet you it's gonna... fuck shit up. Let's hit play and see. It didn't fuck shit up. Okay. So on here, I think we're going to want a new script. And I don't like making the scripts that way. We're going to go in, not in public classes, right here. We're going to do a new, that we're just going to call work right now. We'll drag this fucker onto the clock. We might want it in a different spot later, but right now we just want it on the clock. Man, this is the first time we've gotten to make a new script in ages. Get rid of this shit. Get rid of this shit. And we're going to first say... I don't know where that visual scripting thing. So we could have... No, I was going to say at first, we shouldn't have it start on the first day of work. This is day 0. We shouldn't have it... nothing should happen on the first day, but actually I think it's fine if it happens on the first day, because a lot of video games like this, I immediately pause it and do all my like initial setup. I was talking about this last night while I was streaming, like Hearts of Iron 4. You pause it, you spend 5 hours setting all your shit up, you unpause it for the first time. So at so this part, so the first thing we need to do is where does the time start? I don't know what this song is that I'm listening to. Is it start at 0? Okay, it's like the end of a song. I used to like that in like where you could hear like them talking or something in a song at the end. I no longer like that, or like, whatever. Um, okay, so let's think about this. We want... we want... So you set the person's work for the next day. You don't set it for the same day. They don't immediately change work when you tell them. They start their work the next day. So we'll have it. So that's the first thing that we have to do. The first thing we have to do for work is we need to have an update. Fixed update. Doesn't matter. It might matter. In fixed update, we want... Let's actually look at the timekeeper. This may be a better... We have some stuff going on in here, basically. I gotta, yeah, this is called clock, huh? All right, that's just crap for modifying the time speed. Uh, Fixed update is running this clock, and it just keeps the minutes, hours, days. So that's just like that's what the fuck is this? That was probably something I was gonna do that never needed to be done. Uh, I haven't tried to move an army in a long time. Let's make sure that that works. I suddenly have fear. Uh, I have fear. Time till arrival. Oh no, I guess that's right. We have this random number, but it's not a random number. It's just some number I put in. Uh, okay, so that still works. Just double checking that we've done a lot of other changes. So what we basically want to do is say if the time we could actually put it in the timekeeper and we can have work subscribe to it as an event. So we have a lowercase hours there. Do we have a getter setter for these hours somewhere? We don't. So basically every day 24 hours equals 1 day. Thank you for that wonderful. I didn't write this. If I did, I didn't follow my standard, which is to put a space after that. So, there's some copy pasted code in here. Uh, I think we want to set this up as a getter setter in an event. Then, if the hour, I think that's totally what we want to do. Then, we don't have to have this thing sitting in update. We just have to have it subscribed to the event, and that's it. And it just bam. And at 9 a.m., it fires the event. At 12:01, it fires the event. So, how would we do that, though? Let me think about this. Didn't we have some other thing? That may have been in like an army movement or something where we were like looking for what time it was. And I also thought we put in. We did. We have a whole thing. All right, there's an easy way to fix this. We're just going to do it and we'll fix shit as we get there. We're going to rename this to hours. That will rename everything to hours with a capital H. We'll put this back now to lowercase hours. And then we're going to put in this getter setter right here, I guess. And I can never remember how these work or how they look. I think you go like this. Yes, thank you. And we're gonna get something. We're gonna get hours. Whoops, not horse hours. But where it doesn't look like that. I need to find another one. I can never remember what this shit looks like. So this is part of the thing where it's saying I was talking, or I was watching another streamer, and I was like, I feel like I can never remember shit. And so I watched this other guy, and he couldn't remember anything either. So I felt better that like other people cannot remember anything. I'm pretty sure I have a getter setter in here. Where I put it, we'll never know. Where do we know we have one? You know, I saw one earlier in some weird spot. Here it is, right here. Return. That's what we need. And I used to really, because that's not what I want. We could save that, I suppose. Where was it? Faction. It's in here. I used to really not, of course it's in there, not like it when it's like this. I wanted it to be, you know, the other way, but I'm kind of adjusting to this. But this, I don't like. I like, because, you know, we're going to have other stuff in here. I like this to be down here, and this to be down here. We can do Control K, Control D, and it should set it. All right, so we have that set. So what we want to do, though, is to say if the hours gets to 9 a.m., if it ever is 9, we want an event to happen. It doesn't matter the day. Well, no, the first event we want to happen is if the minutes are, if the hours are 0, actually. Does this start out? Does that mean it's not going to happen on the first day? Let's do this. Well, how does it know? It's reading my mind. This song's good. There we go. It should immediately do that. I mean, we could say, "Hey, we don't care." Like, I don't know. We could say skip the first day. Let's speed up time. That didn't work. I think it happens. Yeah, so it doesn't happen on the first day, which I actually don't have a problem with because you're just starting the game. I don't know how it's not happening on the first day. I guess it's, you know what, let's let it run for a while. When I say a while, you know, maybe I should let it run for like while I take a break later. Let's put this on 8 speed. Let's let it go for a couple of days. Day 3 or something, day 2. Because I wonder, like, I don't know. See how fast this is going? I worry that what's going to happen is that these will go, you know, it's going to skip over stuff if we run it any faster. It's going 8 times. All right, that seems to work. Let's do this, though. Let's do something fucking whack. Let's do something fucking whack. Let's put this up to 1,000. Okay, so I guess it does get to 0 at some point. All right, 1,000. That's fine. So it's not going to happen. This will not trigger on the first day. On day 0, which is fine. You're not going to start out generating stuff. It will start the next day. So what we need to do then, though, is we need a public event, a public static event, which once again, I don't remember how to do any of this shit. We don't need to pass in what. Do we have events in here? We don't. We don't need to pass in what is happening. Oh, we have one right here. Here we go. It's not a static thing, though, huh? Oh, I remember why. We need this event to be up here. I like to put my events at the very top. I don't know why. We're gonna call it something else. Yes, and we're gonna have this, and it's gonna be called. This is for the first one. We're gonna call it day start. I think it wants a capital D there. And then we're going to go, I gotta look at this thing again. It's just question mark invoke. I did not put that on some of them, and man, that caused some issues. Jesus fucking Christ. Always put the question mark dot invoke for the love of God. Okay. So now, under work, we can just subscribe on awake. I bet you it doesn't work if we put it on awake. I bet you it shits itself because it hasn't existed yet. But we'll try it anyways. We can put it on start if we have to. And now I gotta remember how to subscribe to stuff, which it's not that hard. But here we go. We just put a plus equals. Day start plus equal, and then we're gonna have it say. So how is this gonna do? What are we doing on this day start? This is going to run adjust jobs, adjust activity. We don't put that at the end though. Where was that? And then we need this. And so every day at the beginning of the day, it's going to run through every county population, and we're going to have 500 at some point. So this is a little worrisome to me that we're going to start running into an issue where there's too much going on. And it's going to slow down like when you're playing CK3 or CK2 and it like goes, at the beginning of each day, and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Is the game going to crash? It's doing something every day, especially like at the end of the month, it goes, I want to avoid that. One of the ways we could avoid it is by have it happen. Basically, we're going to do time zones to have it like bam, 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 bam. Each hour it will do it. But right now, let's just fucking worry about this, and we can deal with that other shit. So this is what we're talking about here. in the morning, the next activity should be moved to the current activity on all county populations. So, how are we going to do that? We want it to go through every county. So on 4, the standard old 4 thing. What happened? My OBS just suddenly said, like, welcome to the chat room to myself. It's weird. And I've lost my mouse now. What a weird thing. I wonder, is like my chat not... No, I don't know. Maybe it was just some weird... I don't know what's going on. Okay. What happened? I exclaimed. If I is less than world map load dot counties instance, it's already telling. It's like, hey man, you've already fucked this up. Dot counties dot count. How are we doing this? Why can't I remember this stuff? The counties. I mean, we've accessed this so many times. I can't believe I can't remember this shit. County population dictionary. We don't have this assigned like the county. I guess we don't. We have a whole new list that's just like the county population by yeah, we know what that is at this point, but I would like this to a dictionary for each county that holds a list of the population. But we don't actually have that attached to the county. We just have it just as string, huh? So that's fine. This is never gonna work. Oh wait, no, it is. I had some thought about this is gonna be like firing an awake, but it's actually not. It's just subscribing an awake. Uh, why have I become stunned into silence? It's because I suddenly can't remember how all this shit works. It's weird that we do it. We don't assign this list to the county. We just have some other. Isn't that seem weird? Why wouldn't I just put this list in this fucking thing over here? Why would I have a different list? Why would I have a different Like, what the fuck is the point of that? Is it because I didn't know how to do that earlier? I don't think I did know how to do that earlier. So I just created a new list. Is there any reason we would need it separate? All right, besides getting bogged down with that idea, let's I think I didn't know how to do it. I think that's what happened was I didn't know how and now I do know how. This happens all the time. I'm like slowly learning. I've only put like 93 hours or something, 99 hours into this. Uh the game, the county lit dictionary list doesn't have the county population dictionary included with it. Instead, they are both separate lists, dictionary lists. We could combine them. This isn't we're in the wrong. No, we'll leave that there. So in its current form, that would be like a lot of changes. But look, like we already have these lists assigned in here. I mean, we can do that. I think I just didn't know how. I think that was the issue. Is I didn't know that that was even possible. So I made another list. But let's do this. This is under world map load. It's not counties. It's county population. What the fuck did I call it? County population dictionary. That seems like a stupid name. County. I'm my own worst critic. Population dictionary.count. But this isn't going to work either. We want it to go through all of them, so we need like a for each. And I know how to do one of those now too. I have it over here somewhere. We can just copy one over. Yeah, this is for each county. In counties, we do this. So what we need to do, actually, we'll copy this whole thing over. Not an ampersand. You know, it's funny. One of the songs that just played was called ampersand. Um, this should be then for each county population. No, that's not right. That's not going to do the trick. For each county population in the dictionary, is that going to go through every one? in. I think I got rid of that. Whoops. What's your problem? I think this needs to have. Oh, we don't have anything at the top of this. Oh, we do. Okay. I tried to scroll up and it wouldn't let me for a second. I was like, what? Uh, I am curious. Yeah, like if we just do that, what happens? What's your problem now? This is a good time for me to take a quick break, anyways. So I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw up my break timer. All right, I'll be right back. Okay. Need my music back and need to turn off my break timer. What is this thing's problem? We must be calling this something else. No? Um, this happened before, and then it was like it was something extremely simple that fixed it. Key value pair. For each key value pair, string, county, item in counties, item in. Then we have this crap. Item in. Cannot convert type string list county to county population. I gotta look at one of these things. Is it's just like I have the wrong thing. Oh, because this is just okay. All right, I see what's different. This is just whatchamacallit. This is not a list. This is a list. Okay, so if we go back to here, do I have to put list here? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing ever. Uh, for each list in here, we're gonna just right now we're just gonna do that. We're gonna have to wait a day if we do this right. If we did this how we wanted it to work. We got ticks at 100. Nope, we got problems. This is probably because it's in wake or something. Yeah, we'll need this in start. It just it's not it happens too fast. It hasn't had a chance to do anything yet, I think is the issue. That's happened a lot. For some reason I was holding my breath. We want this to kick off. We just want that debug log to happen. Well, we want it to happen a bunch of times actually. When the time hits, the next day, we'll have this. Okay, so it's printing the key 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is right because we have 7 of those. For each. Is there a way we could make it print item.key? What are our other options here? Item.value? What is this? Oh, we did this in another one. Let's do item dot key. We could have done this a different way. Now we just made our lives difficult here. That's fine. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do. Like, shouldn't this have some other thing behind it? Well, we'll see. We'll see here. It's all new to me. I've only written like two or three uh whatchamacallits uh for each statements. And I get more knowledgeable each time I do it. So I think what we got to do here is we have to have a for each. and then it's putting that we need to have. I guess we could leave that there. I was gonna get rid of that, but I think we'll leave that there just to just whatever. Int I equals 0. I'm not sure why it's not auto-populating this for me. Then we'll just that was similar to what we want here, but we want this to say like their name, their first name. Nah, we'll go last name. So they should print off a big list of people. This should put everyone's last name in every county. That's what we wanted to do. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that we gotta wait for a day. I couldn't tell if we had clicked that or not. I don't know why I maximized this. We're just sitting here waiting. It doesn't matter. We're just waiting for the console to pop off here. Okay, stop. Oh, we should have left play on. I got 4 people. I got 3 people. I got more people. We got 2 Mitchells in there. That's right. This is working correctly somehow. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Sometimes I just, new things. I gotta learn. So we will actually. So for each one of these, we want their activity to copy from whatever it is to the next thing. No, we don't want to remove it. We want. What is this song that's coming on here? We just want it to equal that. We don't really care. It is suck that we have to wait so long. Because I can't wait 24 seconds or whatever this is. All right, we can check this once it happens by going to here. Well, actually, we can't check it because we don't know what they're doing. We gotta put somebody to building. Okay. All right. So now it should copy. Can we pause time? Like I forgot that I could just push space to pause. What a fucking idiot. So that worked, but we have this prefab fucked up. Actually, we have this whole thing fucked up, but that's okay. That worked. We got to fix what this is. It might be the prefab. It might be something else. Uh, how are we assigning that when we build that building? That's what's going on here is where that should be under building confirmed. Oh, that's nice. You want to decouple all your code. You want it to all be decoupled. You can't be interfacing with each other. And then you never can find the shit. Okay, so building confirmed is not it. It's going to be... let's turn this up a little bit. I don't know what this song is, but it's good. Sex changes is what it's called. Um, I don't know what it's going to be, so let's search for this. Let's search for this. This is in world map load, huh? It's right here. So how are we doing this? So we're saying that it's saying building. And we actually have next building in here. This is just in the debug log. Where are we putting the... Let's comment this out. We don't need this right now. It's just confusing me. Uh, I wonder why I have this incrementing. It should match the I and the for loop. Huh. Okay, so this is the next building is being assigned this, and the next activity is being assigned that, and then in the population info panel, I would bet. Look at all this shit. Look at all this shit. Uh, I would bet on panel enable. It's going down through each thing and it's putting in for next activity. It's putting this in. So these are separate things. So on this county list, which is, we'll just jump through these here real quick to this thing, which is this thing. Okay, so we already planned for this a little bit. So if we go back to this thing, wherever we were here, it was way down here with all this garbage. We need to cut some of these comments out. Look at that. Look at that. Where we went too far. We've gone too far and we can't come back. Uh, this is all just in here just in case we want to add back in the heroes thing, which is probably pretty fucking stupid at this point. So what happens if we put this in here and we need some squigs? We put this in here. And there's nothing, and it's null. This is going to be current building though. So what happens if we run this and this is null? Will it just put nothing in there? Because that's what I would like it to do. Let's find out. We'll actually be able to test that immediately. Did that work how I wanted it to work? There's nothing in the console. I guess it did. I think we're gonna have another issue here, but we'll see. Let's let the day pass. If we check so it's tomorrow, it's set for that. Actually, we should probably pause this real quick and have these guys build, uh, just two people build the Fisher's Shack. We're building the Fisher's Shack. And we are building the Fisher's Shack. Okay, let's pause this. We need so that's actually working. That's working because it's. I never told it to say which building it's building. There is another issue though. No, it will set the next day's thing. Okay, so for work, if we go back to work, this should be this, and then we just need uh I current building equals, yep, exactly like that. Now this song is insane. Oh, shut up. We gotta build something. Garden Shack. Just one guy. Yeah, this song is great. What is this song? Modern Moonlight. Wow, look at that. Pause that shit for. Oh, it's paused already. All right, well, that's not going to work. We do have this prefab open, so let's fix this. I think what we want to do actually, can we just do a new line right here? What? Will it let us do this? Let's slash in. Is it the other slash? The backslash? Why can't I remember shit like that? It's backslash. Whoops. I mean, this did change color, so. I want to hear something interesting. In my job, I help people in Mexico pretty regularly, and they don't have the backslash key in the same place as me, and they don't use it the same way as us. So I'm always like, can you hit backslash? And they have to find it, and if they can't find it, a lot of times I have to copy and paste it into like a chat and send it to them in chat, because it's just a different language, as you would expect. I think I have text wrap turned off on there. Let's build something. Click on this stuff. Always in Portland. What happens if this is open? That actually worked. It's still pretty ugly. It doesn't look like scavenging is actually centered. See how it's like off? It is centered according to this thing. It sure as fuck doesn't look centered at all. This isn't gonna do us any good. That's just the top line. We want. Make that a little bigger so it's easier to see. Can't believe I never noticed this till now. We have like a. It's the null. It's the null. Okay, so we can stop this. I was like, I never noticed that before, but it's not. It's new. Okay, so if current building is not equal to null. We can just do this. It doesn't matter because we're gonna have an else statement in here for each one of these. If it's equal to null, we'll stick this motherfucker in here. And if it is else, I feel like there's probably an easier or a shorter version of this as well. We'll have, oh, this is still on my clipboard. What happened here? We got like a bunch of extra shit added. If it's equal null, just put the activity. If it's else, put the activity with a new line. And then we'll just do this again. Sometimes I wonder how much like I want to see what like a finished game looks like, what their code looks like. I would love to see that. I'd be like how much of their code looks like that, like this, these if statements like this and stuff. Um, uh, yeah, I would definitely. I'm curious how many lines of code do they have? That type of stuff. Uh, of just in if statements and things. Is there like a million of them, or is there two? They just know how to do it really efficiently. What's your problem here? Okay, so this is the next one, if that's there. And it's like a lot of this code is just like UI bullshit. Portland. So this is set for that for tomorrow. That looks right. Building the forest shack. The day has changed. Now we should be able to look at this, and this is set for the building the shack, and this is all normal. Okay, so that was surprisingly not that difficult. That was not that difficult. I didn't look at this debug log because we didn't need to, so let's get rid of this shit temporarily. Adjust. This is going to adjust the world population activity. So population is fine. So all of this stuff should have changed at this point. And the first day, day one, and then how much time do we got? We got a half hour. So I think we can get this next thing started. So I was going to say at 9 o'clock we have to tell them to do something, but we actually don't because uh, it doesn't matter. They're already set in the morning to do that. You can't change their job on the same day. And this is one of the reasons why I did that is because I didn't want weird shit to happen. So if hours equals 5, though, we need to have it fire off uh, end of work, an end of work thing, another event called day finish. No, I like the idea, but work over. And then we'll have this thing called no. Rules have been broken. It's okay. Everything's fine. Then we'll have this fucker subscribe. Yeah, I'm glad I picked Amanda Palmer today because I'm really digging her shit today. Like I said, she's got some bad songs. Well, not bad songs. Songs I don't like. uh, finish, end work for population. Sure, it's a stupid fucking name. We'll fix it. We'll fix it at some point. So then we're going to do the same thing. At the end of the workday, we're going to go through all of the population in the world. I'm going to put a comment up here. All adjust all of the world population, and then we'll end work for all of the population. It's the exact same thing we're doing here, except we're going to have a different thing. We're not going to be adjusting their activities. We're going to be like, hey, if their activity is billed, and this is where it's going to get a little bit complicated too, because we need to have it say if their activity is build, apply a point to the build thing and to the correct building. So we might need to assign not might, we're looking at the wrong one here. What the fuck are you? You don't have it open. I thought I saw a cat in the corner of my. There was no cat there. It just usually there's a cat lurking over there. Uh, this might need to actually be. Let's put this over here. And then let's look at current building, what we got going here. Because we're going to be adjusting this thing right here. God damn, this song is good too. It's like every song, dirty business name of this one. It's actually a Dresden Dolls song. Uh, okay, so it's gonna go through this list. It's gonna hit this. It's gonna, but we need it to. I think we're gonna need to assign this because I don't know how we're. We need the population to be. It's actually gonna roll a thing. We're not gonna do that right now, but it's gonna roll like a skill check. But we don't want to do that right now. We're just gonna get it to add a point. So I think that string is need to get changed because we need to know exactly what that building is. But let's think this through real quick. So it's gonna hit the first person. It's gonna say for each person, if if there, whoops, I just hit the mouse wheel. This equals building. It's actually not that. It's we have a thing. We have a thing. So I still wonder, like, what happens if I do play music? Will Twitch be like, "Fuck you, you're banned," or do they? Because I've seen before it said like you have copyrighted music in your stream, and it was like some video game that I'm very curious what will happen. Like, will they let me export it to YouTube, or when it just does it just go bad? Like, what happens? Um, what were we looking for here, though? We should probably. Uh, we just need that in here so that we can, because we might need it later. I might put it somewhere else so we can. Whoops. So we can drag it back over. But what was I looking at? I was looking at current building, or that's what I wanted to look at. No, we pulled that up. Oh, I know what I was looking at. We're gonna go all text. It's currently building. Jobs, all text, jobs. What was my last option? Idle building. Whoops. That's not what we wanted. If that equals building, so here's the problem. We don't know what, so this is what I was thinking was going to happen. Uh we need to know what building they're actually working on. So that's not the end of the world. We just need to have this not be a string. We actually want this to be a current building. And then this will also be a current building. And we'll go down. Man, I can. It's pretty amazing to me how much stuff I've learned since I was since I started. Like this would have baffled me a month ago. I hope if you are to remove the G, I don't want to remove the G. Um, I guess I'm living proof that You can learn stuff. Old dogs can learn new tricks. We'll put this down here. This is a. Okay, so now everything should break. Why aren't you breaking? Oh, look at this. We're pulling this. The next building is actually going to be is getting it from possible building. Wonder why we did it that way instead of the current building. Set next day job. Uh, how do I do this shit? You know what's funny is if I don't plan to monetize these on YouTube or Twitch, and I'm curious, like it says like you don't have to do stuff if you have copyrighted things and you're not monetizing it. But there is you can click on your video and say remove the song from the background, which is kind of interesting that that's possible. Maybe I'll do like a little test at the end of this stream and stream some copyrighted music, uh, and we'll see what happens. I don't want to get banned from Twitch, but I don't know. Uh, who gives a shit? I guess I give a shit. All right, back to what we were doing though. I want to get this part fixed because they're not fixed, implemented uh, today. So this is the first thing that's weird. We're assigning this from the possible building. Why can't we do this from the current building? Why are we getting it from the possible building? Shouldn't it be what's being currently built? Is this some old code that we fucked up? We have current building in here. Let's see what happens. We don't have current building in here. We don't actually want that to be the name. This is going to be wrong as well because it's not. This isn't going to match though because they're not the same. Why are we doing current building or possible building here? This is set next day job. This is a very long thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. Can we make this a little bit? So on this was one where it should be. We have all sorts of different shit going on here. Why is this a possible building though? Where's this number coming from? I mean, I want this to be current building, but the issue is that number. This number is Hmm. So this is UI possible building panel. UI possible building panel. Why is it acting? Oh, I did change. I was like, why is it acting like I changed something? I did change something. I think if we, whoops, wrong button. No, right button. I think, yeah, we have another one of these that actually has a current building number in here as well. I hate to just change stuff and like, let's see if this works. But I mean, I do that all the time. Uh, I think this is gonna not work. I think this is gonna not work. Yes, I forget what we're even doing at this point. Yeah, that's the issue is it doesn't exist yet. So we need to rewrite how that works, how that's assigning the next day's job. Uh, that's what's happening here. We need to. I don't think we have the current buildings as being. I think that's what's happening here is like this debug log is huge as well. Um, so this is right. The next building, we had it with the possible building. I mean, we could change this to a possible building, but I don't want it to be a possible building because it should have handed off the possible building at this point. Has it not done that? When do we hand off the possible building to the current building? Do we never do that or something? Did we forget some whole? Actually, let's do current buildings. Here it is. Oh, we fixed this. Okay, so here's the issue. This happens before this thing. We don't need this shit here anymore. Oh, we kind of left a note here. We don't need it. Say done. This for influence cost is where are we getting that current number, that current possible number? It's a getter setter too. It's weird. I was just thinking there might be a way to do with like an event, have them subscribe to it when that. Nah. What was it called? It had some stupid fucking name. It's like that, but it's current. This is in world map load. Oh, this is the one we just did. Okay, we are setting it. When we click the build button, it is getting set. But I feel like it's not, that's just some garbage we did. Now we are using it right here. Okay, so we are using it. So that means it's probably not total garbage. So back to wherever the fuck we were just working on. Where does it work? No. It was. So basically, if we just moved that one thing, it may have fixed it, but it's probably going to cause other issues ahead of time because the other things aren't done yet. We haven't gotten any bugs yet. Here we go. Give me some bugs. No, I don't want them. See that? It didn't unpause because I hate it. Because I hate its face. I didn't. Yeah. I don't know where I built that. I think whatever happened, we were testing just something else, and now, well, that's a terrible thing there. Whoops. Let's do this real quick, and then I'm gonna take a quick break. I kind of want to finish this one part. I know I'm leading forward all weird. We want in Portland. We would like to build a forest shack with one person. This isn't working. We broke something. It's not telling us we broke something. But we have. This should be ahead of this anyways, so we got to fix that issue. I don't know if I'm going to fix it today, but we probably should. We should probably also put this in order of what's going on here. The same order is what I mean. Okay, so moving the well, I'm going to take a quick break actually, and then I'm going to come back and we'll take a look more at this. What time is it in real life? It's 2 o'clock. Yeah, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. Okay, let's see here. Let's turn my music back on. Let's turn off my break timer. Gonna go over a little more than 3 hours here. That's okay. So what we need to do is go down this list and see what is causing this issue. Uh, oh, this has that weird thing. I want to put in here a debug log actually that's very similar to this, but I want it to be current. I bet you what's happening is we don't have a current building number. I bet you that's what's happening is that when we hit build, this is nothing. It's 0, but will it show 0 if it's null? It should be 0, honestly. Because it's the first building, which is 0. Uh, current building length. What's the current building length is 1. The current building name is Forest Shack, so that's all good there. The game object actually becomes this game object. I can't remember what this little thing means. I think it means like -1. So it's whatever. I can't remember what that means, but I'm gonna assume it's correct because it's been working so far. Then what is this thing doing? This is renaming the things, and then it renames them here, which is fine. And then we go to the next day job. Set next day job is what we want. It's going to go through the population of the currently selected province, which is what we want. And it's going to say if their next activity is idle, which is what we want. And we did fuck with this a little bit. And number of workers is less than that, whatever that is. It should be building. And so it should get to here regardless. Did I not like build a building or something when I was testing this? No, it's broken. Set next day job. Is this even happening? We got all these debug log shit in here. Does it not like this as a separate line? What's going on here? Oh, it doesn't. All right. Did I change something up here on accident? Thinking I was changing something up here. I may have. Let's see. I may have changed back the possible job to current job or something. I think I did. What? Hey, we got a bug. It's not getting to the next day thing. I think it's something else is happening. No, I think this should be possible building. If this happens, we got a couple of things going on here. I by changing that order, I think it really fucked shit up. But it should be in that the order it's in now. All right, it's this thing. I think I changed something. I think it was this, but it. Or wait, it's maybe because we put the order in differently. This should be set to current number. Yeah, this doesn't have current workers though. You know what? I could look on GitHub and look at what it looks like because we didn't fuck with that at all today. Besides just now, building current building. um, I think that's what fucked it up. But this, what did the debug log say? Current building. Her name's Angela. Oh, but then it got set to next day. Oh, but that's right. That's supposed to happen, because it's going through everybody. Uh, okay, so this is being set to the next building, which is a current building. But then on this, her next building, this should be dot like name or something. It's funny when I like on one of my first streams, someone like said like with the rate you're going, you're gonna have a, a game done and ready to play in 6 months. Um, and I said 5 years. But I also think that I put so little time into this. You know what I mean? Because I only do it like on the weekends, on Friday, Saturday, or sorry, Saturday, Sunday. And you know what? It just dawned on me that I wanted to say I actually am getting my whatchamacallit, my wisdom teeth out next Friday, so I probably won't be streaming next weekend. I'll put a note somewhere, I don't know where, on YouTube, or I'll mention it in my Discord too. Um, why did we do all that work? Oh, I know why. Okay. We fixed it. I don't know how. Oh, you know what we need to test because we didn't have that bug where things went over the numbers. We need to build a bunch of shit. We'll build we'll build two. Okay, so that actually all works. Let's go back to work though. We had so much shit open up now. If this song's good too. Yeah, so what I'll do is like right when I'm getting towards the end of my stream, I'll play some whatever I'm listening to and see what the copyright issue happens because I'm curious. I would like to play music because I on the other streams that I've looked at, they're always playing music, but it's EDM or whatever the fuck it's called, and I can't do it. Uh, so what we want here is value I dot current building dot work completed is just going to be an extra. It's going to just be added on. One will be added on to there, right? And have people build their add their work to the building. This is going to be there's going to be different things. There's going to be, building. There's going to be once you're assigned to. We haven't even done that. Where you're once you're assigned to the building that's finished building. Research, resources, and work. Um. Yeah, we need that. Whoops, I tried to save it. I do that all the time. So we should be able. I don't know if we're how we're updating this building, the build number though, but we should. We'll put somebody in here for the Fisher Shack. We'll put one person this time. And then if we look at this, it should say 0 of 7. We'll close this down. We'll speed this up. After it hits the morning, we should be able to check this. Sorry, this. And it's building this for today, and tomorrow it's building the next thing. And then we need to wait until it gets to... Oh, did this just slow down to the old speed? No, I don't know. We'll have to deal with that. 5 o'clock passed, so we need to look. I'm clicking on the wrong shit. There's the work completed. We have 1 employee, so let's start over here. We'll put 3 employees, and we'll make sure that it's a 3 instead of a 7. We'll do this one. We'll make sure this says 0. We got 3 employees. I swear that speed went down. So it's not. Wait. Okay, so we don't want the first thing in the morning or anything. The 5 o'clock, the first 5 o'clock shouldn't have triggered any work because no one was set for that. You know, that was yesterday's job. They were still set to scavenging. We can unpause this. It's gotta wait for 8 o'clock. Not 8 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Okay, so that is work completed as 3. So this is working how we want it to work. Gary, Ryan, Diane, the most boring of people's names. So let's see. Let's do our list here. You know, and now let me find a good song that we can stream here. Not this one. Not this one. What was a song where I was like, that's a good song? So many songs have passed. First orgasm. This one's pretty good. It's funny. You know how on YouTube it shows. Here, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. Like how much it's been watched, and if you look, it's like the beginning of this song is like the thing there. That's funny. All right, so I'm gonna turn this on. So I'm calling it a day. I only went a little bit farther than I thought. This one we did, but I'm gonna turn on the music so you guys can hear it. I'm just curious what will happen. I'm gonna hit play. And then if I have to cut out the end of this, it's not that big of a deal, you know? If I get a copyright strike or whatever, I can figure out. But let's finish this part up. In the morning, the next activity should be moved to the current activity. This we accomplished that. So let's put this. Let's close that. So that the whole population is. Oh, but you know what we need to do here. The work is completed. The population needs to be moved. Population's activity should be changed to idle. The only thing is, the only issue with that is that then you're gonna have like a day where a person's idle. Let's put a note in here. Well, I guess if you told them after 5 o'clock, after 5 p.m., what they should be building the next day, they won't waste a day of work. Let's hope I understand what that means next time I see it. Okay, so let's close. We might actually want to do that. I like to break everything up, and now when I first started programming, and now I'm combining everything. So let's do this. Let's close this thing. Let's save it and close it, and then we'll push this to whatchamacallit, GitHub. And I actually think this branch is done. Let's commit this. And instead of going through all that shit like I did last time, we'll just merge it on GitHub, and we'll worry about that other thing next time. We'll merge this thing. Delete this branch. And perfect. And that's it. And this song finished right in time. So we'll see how that works out. But that is it for me today. Thank you for joining me. I will talk to you next time. Have a good day.